Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Renee Mehrra. Thank you so much for joining. Today, my guest is Mr. Narinder Kapoor. Namaste. Narinder Kapoorji is a Hindu scholar and has been giving talks on the BhagavadGita and other Hindu scriptures for over 4 decades now. So it's a pleasure to have him back again. Let's talk about the theory of karma, the law of karma. We know it's cause and effect, but from the spiritual perspective, how it works in our lives. The Hindu scriptures say that there are 3 kinds of karma. We have sanchit karma, pralab karma, and kriyaman karma. Sanchit karma is the storehouse of karma that we've had from all this time that we've been on the wheel of transmigration. Pralab karma is the one that we call fate or destiny, that's in our present life that we have to go through. And then we have kriyaman karma every day in our daily life. So we incur a lot of karma. And then we'll talk about the 4th karma later on. But let's go first with these 3 karmas and what we can do to get off this wheel of transmigration from births and rebirths and go back to our eternal home.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share thoughts on this elitist topic in spirituality, and you summarized it very well. Let me give you a brief history and then we will talk of the topic. My thoughts will be coming out of the elitist philosophy of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, emanated from the lotus lips of Lord Krishna 5,000 years before in Kurukshetra in India. There are 18 chapters. The first 6 chapters belong to the concept of karma, action. And 7 to 13 is the Bhakti yoga of devotion, and 13 to 18 is the yoga of knowledge, Jnana Yoga. So now going back to your question, the beauty of karma, the theory of karma, what it is, what is karma actually? हम कहते रहते हैं कि if you ask some common man, so he gives the definition that I am doing my karma daily. I don't give any hard time to anybody. I go to office. I take care of my home, friends. So that is his or her definition of karma. But that is just a peripheral definition. So let us talk in depth. What is karma? Karma is the intent and motive of your action that will decide the quality of your karma. कि आपकी intent क्या है और motive क्या है, आप चाहते क्या हो when you initiate any action. And the whole criminal law is based upon this concept also. When the case goes to the jury or judge, they look for motive. And that will decide the longevity of the punishment or set free. So having said that, karmas are of 3 types. And karam, akaram, and vikaram. Karam is what we do on a daily basis. But again, it will be based upon the intent and motive what you do, because the law of karmic philosophy will apply. Action and reaction are equal and opposite. And it is a law of consequences. There is no escape. Nobody can run away from the consequences of his action. And second quality is akaram. Akaram is the state of mind becomes totally selflessness mode of mind. So in that state of mind, whatever you do for the Almighty, for the benefit
that's the 4th karma that I was talking about. That's neha karma, where we are not talking obsessed with the fruit of the action, desireless. Lord Buddha has talked about it. Hindu scriptures talk about it. Pretty much most scriptures will say be desireless. So once we are desireless, the fruit of the action has nothing to be with us, and that brings neha karma.
And you said it right. So let me reinforce that this type of mental attitude, when you are in a selflessness mode of mind, You become empathetic, you are selfless, and compassion pops up in your personality. These three traits bring you to the beauty of the creation around you. Otherwise, we don't see. We are so busy things and doing Isha, Dvesh, and other things. We have no time to appreciate the beauty around you. And God is omnipotent, omnipresent. हमें पता है, but we never see it. We don't have experience that because the reason is we don't have the state of mind. So when our actions are based on selflessness, compassion, empathy, then you see each and every action initiated by you, it will be for the Almighty, of the Almighty, and by the Almighty. Your doership disappears.
Yes.
You do everything for Him, everything, because God is present in in each and every aspect of the creation. So whatever is
we become part of the divine plan. We are like co-worker with
yes,
the Creator.
yeah. So then you become inspiring individual. You inspiring people. People follow you, and you are not looking for name and fame. You are just serving the humanity in the name of the Almighty. And so this is in deep spirituality of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This is called neutral zone. इसमें पाप पुण्य नहीं आपको लगता. This is the liberation situation. Advancement in the heights of spirituality, you start taking steps towards that.
So that's surrender. So we are not using our free will. We are surrendering everything. And when we say matha teko, we talk about that. Or what are we actually doing? We just do it as a ritual when we go to a house of worship, but we are actually surrendering ourselves. No ego. So there is no ego. It's all humility and compassion.
And in Sanskrit, it is called the sattvic state of mind.
Yes.
The highest state of mind, which liberates you from this mortal world. And the third type of, we will go into depth later on. The third type of karma is karam, akaram, vikaram. Vikaram means prohibitive actions. Prohibitive actions mean anything which we do towards the destruction of this creation. That is called prohibitive action. All murderers, rapists, and terrorists, they are belonging to this nefarious category. And the reaction is very, according to the theory of law of karma, action and reaction and the law of responsibility, they pay very heavy price. As we know it, the existence of the human being, through the evolution, this is the highest point, climax point of creation, human being, to become a human being. And they, in that state of mind, people who are engaged in those activities, they don't get a chance to become a human being again. There are 8.4 million evolutions, 84 lakh joniyan hain is creation mein. So nobody knows what they become, but they will never get an opportunity to become a human being because they have to pay the price. All other evolutions are भोग जोनी जिसको कहते हैं, खाया पिया सो गए. But this existence of human being in the human body, you have the golden opportunity. So they destroyed that opportunity. They don't get the passport, visa to come back. And they are paying heavy price through the theory of evolution. So having said that, there are, let me summarize it, there are three types of karma. One is karam, second is akaram, and third is vikaram. Karam is on a daily basis what we do, that is it applicable to the law of consequences. What is your state of mind? Because whatever we do on a daily basis, if we don't have the awareness, the law of karma applies.
That's the Kriyaman karma. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is called sanchit. It translates into Sanchit karma when we leave this planet. This is called the final subtle programming on a chip. And that chip goes with you when the final call comes. And whenever you come into in the new, what you call the creative entity, then you bring the action and reaction for which you have not paid the price with you. And that is called Sanchit Karma. The the theory of karma starts when you interact with the outer world. When you step out from your door, now what is your state of mind? If you are angry, when I'm stepping out of my home, I will drive in an angry mode. So I am prone to accidents. I can hurt many people, including myself. So my state of mind is totally different. If I am a supervisor in the office, I will give a hard time because my state of mind is full of anger now. So that goes on and on and on. And whatever I do on that particular day with this type of state of mind, I am creating bad karma.
So then the most important point is that we have to get into a state of equipoise, into a state of tranquility. And I think for me, on a personal level, I think that's how you get into that state of equipoise is by going within and taking that journey of meditation. And that brings that state of mind which we are looking for, where we do neha karma and it's totally surrendering to the will of God. And we know that whether we do good actions or bad actions, there's like gold chains or orange chains. So we want to get off that, get off that track. And through that inner journey, through meditation, we develop that calmness and feel that joy within. And I think that takes us back to our eternal home.
Is to manage the mind. When you manage the mind, you are meditating. And there are many types of meditation. Meditation in action. Okay, whatever you do, if your mind is focused on that particular task, you are meditating. You are meditating, already meditating. Meditation, let me go into the depth. And since you opened up the Pandora box now, meditation is to manage your mind. Management of mind is called meditation. And Maharishi Patanjali, the architect of this concept, he initiated 8 steps. Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. The first 4 steps, they belong to the outer frame of our body. That will, like doing pranayam, hठ योग इसको कहते हैं, प्राणायाम ये आसन है, yam means discipline, purity. So these first 4 steps realign your outer frame and keep the center of gravity within your body. The last 4 steps, though, they belong to your mind, how to manage the mind now. Outer frame to theek ho gaya, but mind is inside. And that mind has to be managed. So the function of mind is to produce thoughts at any given time, enormous thoughts. Over that, there is a screening process, which is called intellect. Intellect is a screening process. And through that process, your thoughts are processed. And now here is the trick. Whoever is having a connection of his or her intellect with Jivatma, परमात्मा जिसका अपना कॉस्मिक एनर्जी से लगा हुआ है, डिवाइन फोर्स से लगा हुआ है, he or she will hold the goodness of others and intentionally or unintentionally let go the demerits of others. So his memory is beautiful memory. He has no grudges for anybody, and he is nourishing this quality day in, day out. And then this is the first step to enter into the state of sattvic state of mind. So this is how it works. But people whose intellect is attached and plugged to the ego, the screening process is reversed. They let go the merits of others and intentionally hold in their memory the demerits of others. उनको वो दिखाई नहीं देता.
I know. Actually, what happens with a lot of us, we intellectually analyze everything going on, why this, why that. And that's not the way you to get off the default mode of the mind, which is always throwing out thoughts. You got to get off that.
Yeah.
And then come back to the state of oneness with the creator. And that, I think, goes back within to meditation. Everything goes back to meditation. And then just surrendering to the will of God. And I think most important thing, Mr. Kapoor, is that we need to understand there's grace coming. You know, when we go with this, and there's so much of grace that the Creator gives us, and we have to appreciate it. So we always say, thank you, God, for everything. That gratitude always has to be there. And that, I think, changes our mindset. We get into a new paradigm shift. We're talking of being grateful for the grace that we get every day.
In the life is like driving a car. So people who are holding the demerits of others in their memory column, they are creating a blind spot. जैसे कार में blind spot होता है, आपको दिखाई नहीं देता. But everything is there. Reality is right coming with you. If I do little thing, I will pay heavy price. So we create a lot of blind spots. Because life is a car you are driving. And there's a rear mirror, there's a front mirror, and so many things. It is the same thing is applicable in our real life.
Right.
So what I'm trying to share with you that we started our discussion, and you're going back to your question, is that intent and motive before I initiate any action. Like I gave a $10,000 donation to the church or temple. Now I have to see what is my intent and motive. Am I looking for name or fame?
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow my name should be in the newsletter, in the newspaper. People should talk about. And Kapoor सामने $10,000 दिया है. If my intent is this, then action is good, but motive is bad, right? So in the fine-tuned measurement of the law of karma, it is not a good karma.
Yeah.
If my state of mind had been like this 10,000 does not belong to me. It is God's money, and I am just transferring it like a cashier. So if you become a cashier, the money belongs to the bank. Customer comes, you take from the coffer and give it to him or her one. You are not involved in that, but your transaction is being done through you. That is the state of mind.
Yeah.
And it should be like that. And once your thinking changes, the same action becomes sattvic, the same action becomes rajasic, the same action becomes tamasic. Started the discussion that the intent and motive will decide the quality of your action, and it will categorize your karma, whether it is sattvic, rajasic, or tamasic.
It's so very important. Introspect, reflect where we are going, what we need to work on, whether it's our anger, whether it's our ego, whether it's pride, greed, all these things. I think everyday introspection to become better human beings. So human birth is a golden opportunity. It's the roof of all creation. We need to take that opportunity to become better, good human beings, and then completely desireless. If we can manage, I think that's how we get off this wheel of transmigration.
And wise people, you said it right, and wise people with profound wisdom, they showed it. They lived on this planet. Like Lord Buddha, Bhagwan Shri Krishna,
Yeah.
Guru Nanak Dev Ji. They were the living entities. They stayed as a human being here. But look at the way they lived. So we should also be inspired. Don't become ritualistic. Humble advice to all the listeners. Examine yourself, because the law of karma is a law of consequences. And whatever your thoughts are, your actions are based upon your thoughts. We think and then we act. people who don't do like that, they are end up in the mental hospitals.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
most of the people are in real life, think right and act right and make your journey peaceful and make your surroundings peaceful.
Yeah.
Help others. That is the whole theory of law of karma. Help others. When you do in the process, you are being helped anyway.
What you sow, you reap. Compassion for people. There should be that oneness for all, oneness with the Creator, oneness with everyone around, and most importantly, get into that near karma, that state of equipoise, so that we understand who we truly are. We are, so we get that self-realization and then God realization back to the eternal home. And I think very importantly, grace plays a very strong role here. Also, gratitude, be grateful for what we have. And I think that helps us to evolve and get off the wheel of births and rebirths and just back to our eternal home. So thank you very much. Thank you for this great, robust conversation we just had. I'm Dr. Renee Mehrra. Stay healthy, stay positive.
Thank you.